Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya.
Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 भगवान श्री योगी राम सूरत कुमार की जय। सर्वं योगी राम सूरत कुमारार्पणमस्तु। This evening, once again, we got this great opportunity of singing His name, which I think is no small praise. We have offered our grateful pranams at His lotus feet, along with the Nama lotuses. Today, once again, we will have a glimpse of how His grace works, how His Nama invokes His grace, and how intelligently it works. We have to remember, as we go through the so-called miracles, they are miracles only for us because we are so limited. For the great, great masters, it is by their presence, by the very presence of their divinity, such things happen. They are like the mirrors. Whoever goes and stands before the mirror would reflect them. So whoever takes any prayer to Bhagwan, accordingly the grace works automatically. It is no miracle for them. Bhagwan never wound up any miracles. He never even called himself Guru. The only name he gave to himself was this dirty beggar. Sometimes he would even go to the extent of saying, "You are all my gurus. This beggar is only your disciple, your devotee." So you see, it's not that they consciously do anything, except in very special cases, but mostly it's a reflection of our prayer from the huge divinity that they are. And what's more, by going through this miracle, we feel that our faith and hope and cheer are strengthened. Many of us draw inspiration from this. It's only those who look at it superficially, think little of it. But for us, the devotees, especially those that moved with him so closely, every gesture that he made, every word he uttered, every step that he took, every look, every smile matters so much to us. Recalling them is reliving them. Now, in Madurai, people know, generally the devotees know, Mrs. Tilakavati Rajshekar running a satsang. And there are many lady devotees who are very devoted to Bhagwan, very devoted to his name. Many of them survived. They live through every episode, every event of their life with the help of the Nama. Very simple people, very humble, very devoted. Now 6 of them had come a few months back when things had relaxed so much. The COVID first wave was almost gone and people were relaxing. So the ashram started again functioning from morning 5 o'clock till 8 in the night. There were many people who made use of it, who had longed to come to the ashram, immediately grabbed this opportunity. They even came and stayed outside for 3 days. Now 6 of them from this ladies' satsang of Madurai, they had come. It was one long celebration of 3 days of Nama chanting and the Leelas of Bhagwan, the discussion of Leelas, reliving, re-glimpsing those Leelas. One gala celebration of Bhagwan's divinity. At the time, one of them is Devaki, very devoted to Bhagwan, very intuitive. I have found her very intuitive. She has had some amazing experiences with Bhagwan. But she had lived a life of hardships, especially in the grip of poverty. Until recently she had suffered so much. Her husband was gone. Her son Adavan is known to the devotees because of my narration of how he helped in the times of the COVID first wave, especially when it was at its peak. When they needed volunteers in Madurai, the police people were very busy and they needed help, especially the youths, volunteers. When many mothers hesitated, feared about sending their sons, Devaki, she was also agitated in the beginning. She was not sure if she should send her son as a volunteer. But then she prayed, she chanted Yogi Ramsuratkumar Nama again and again and again for quite some time, begging Bhagwan to let her know whether to send her son or not. And suddenly out of nowhere appeared a butterfly. It went round her And she knew immediately Bhagwan had given his consent. So what followed, of course, we already know. Adavan served those police people so well, helped those people who were afflicted, that he got the appreciation of all those police people. Later when they asked, how come you people are here to help us all through the night? How didn't your people hesitate or fear to send you? When everybody kept quiet, Adavan said, no, my mother sent me happily. He said, we have a guru, Yogi Ramsuratkumar. She is chanting his name, and the inspiration she got from him, she sent me fearlessly. This Adavan also got a job soon after that by the grace of Bhagwan. But then, despite all this, he was not very impressed with the name. Rather, he was unable to chant the name with love, with involvement. So that was one of regrets of Devaki. She always wanted him to catch this name. So when she came here, she made a fervent prayer to Bhagwan. Bhagwan, please make my son chant your name with love, with devotion. Please give him faith in you. After that, of course, 3 months passed. Now 20 days back, what happened was, Adavan all of a sudden developed stomachache, a very painful stomachache. He was unable to bear it. At one point, it interfered with his work, so he had to go and see a doctor. One doctor said, you pay 50,000 rupees, we have to do some operation on you to remove the stone in your kidneys. An operation has to be done. But where would they go for money? And the operation, the idea of operation was not agreeable to them. So they consulted another doctor who said very agreeably, okay, I will give you drips for 3 days, glucose, and then it's possible that the stone from your kidney comes out. So he got admitted. One day he went through the drips and the pain reduced a little. But then he told the doctor he was working, he got a job with a government, and it's a very responsible job. He could not take leave. He had to go. There was a very important registration the next day, and he could not avoid it. The doctor said, no, you have gone through 1 day, only 2 more days. Now you see the ache has reduced much, but then if you go away now, it will increase even more, and you will have to suffer. But then the boy insisted, no, I have to go, no matter what. Then the doctor thought for a while and said, okay, I'll give you some medicines for 5 days and after that you come. So finally, Adavan left with the medicines and he was going to go that day, the day of registration of some document. He was the document writer. His job was to write the documents for registration. So when he was going, just before he left, he went to his mother. It was still aching. It was painful. His mother said, okay. She immediately ran inside the kitchen and brought some warm water. And she put some vibhuti from the Samadhi mandir of our ashram, from the Adhisthana. And she stirred it well and asked him to drink. After chanting his name and praying to Bhagwan, he had to drink that, and he did. Somehow the pain must reduce and he must get the job done. And after that he started. Halfway through, and he was riding very fast, halfway through, to his horror, to his dismay, he found the key of the scooter missing. It was there in the hole, but suddenly it was found missing. Unfortunately, he had connected the key of the locker in his office with that. Both were in the same chain, and now it's found missing. He had come half the way, more than half the way, and suddenly he found this key missing. And to his regret, he remembered the locker's key. It was also gone with that. Now where would he go? Searching for it. Anyway, he could do nothing about it. So he searched thoroughly, he ransacked the whole scooter. He could find nothing anywhere. And then he rode his way back, searching for it on the road. He could not find anything, any key. If it got dropped somewhere, there's a chance, every chance it could still be there. But he could not find anything. Now, he did not know what to do. He had done his best, and the key was missing, and without the key there was no point in going to the office for registration. And then, when he could not find a way out, the whole thing came to a standstill. Suddenly he remembered his mother saying, if you get into any difficulties, and if you call out to Yogi Ramsuratkumar, he would rush help to us. Only then he remembered, and then he started to chant. He says, Adavan, his mother says that Adavan, putting his entire being into the prayer, he just called out once, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, please help me. Just one nama, but that came from his entire being. And then he just opened his eyes because he was sitting on his scooter seat, and then called out to Yogi Ramsuratkumar just once from the depths of his heart, opened his eyes, and he looked down. And suddenly he found next to the petrol tank, there's a slit of his face, and his key was stuck there. He could not believe his eyes. He ransacked the whole space of the scooter minutes before, and he could not find it. And suddenly, after calling out to Yogi Ramsuratkumar just once with intense prayer, didn't his mother say that Bhagwan would rush help? And he got it. Though he could not believe that he got it, he was very happy immediately. He went to the office, finished his work promptly, and in the evening he came back and reported jubilantly, Mother, whatever you said came true. I merely called out to Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Minutes before, I am very, very sure I searched so well I could not see it anywhere. But after I called out, suddenly I found this key sticking to the petrol tank. I have no idea how it was possible, but then Yogi Ramsuratkumar answered my prayer. Now, you can imagine Devaki was moved to tears. Of course, she always knew the power of Bhagwan, the power of his name, the glory of his name. And then she said, this was her time, her turn to tell him, you see now the efficacy of the name. Now you have learnt it. You start chanting whatever work you do. Before starting it, you pray to Bhagwan. You chant his name and pray to Bhagwan. You keep on chanting. Now you know the glory of the name, how it has saved you from a crisis. And of course, Adavan realized in the depth of his heart that his mother, whatever his mother said was true. Didn't he experience it himself? So now he is chanting, knowing the power of the name, knowing how the name would come to his help, guidance and protection when in need. So you see, there are many, many stories where people have reported that they had lost something and they ransacked the whole place and they could not find it. But after chanting and praying to Bhagwan, miraculously, they would find it in a place where they had looked, ransacked, and could not find. How is it possible? Recently, Mrs. Radha Balaji had come, the whole family, Mr. Balaji's whole family had come. They were reporting something similar, some very important silver pot, a silver vessel, very important, given by the bride's people. And she had kept it very safely inside the cupboard. And after days, when she opened it, she found it gone. She was desperate. They kept on chanting. Once again, they searched everywhere, thoroughly, but in vain. And she says, after some time, when they opened the cupboard, in another cupboard, among the other vessels, this was also sitting there. She says that they searched that place before, every one of them searched, ransacked, and they could not find it there. But now, suddenly by some inspiration, when they opened the second cupboard, it was sitting there among the vessels. How is it possible? Not only Radha, there are other people from different walks of life reported at different times how they had lost something precious but found by the glory of his name. Now today, we have all lost the normalcy of life. It seems to have gone somewhere. Life seems to have come to a standstill. Everywhere. Life has changed completely. We have to find back the normal life that we have lost. Only Bhagwan can do it. How he rushed to help in cases where something precious was lost. Now today, Bhagwan, we have all lost the peace of mind. We have lost normalcy in life. There's everywhere only panic. And there are COVID patients and patients and patients everywhere, unable to get a room in a hospital, unable to get oxygen. Such pathetic reports keep flowing. Bhagwan, we beg you again and again and again for your immediate divine intervention to free the people from the clutches of this monstrous virus and its family, its variants, mutants, and bring back the normalcy that we have lost in every aspect of life, everywhere, especially India. Bhagwan, we beg you again and again to remove, to uproot the panic from the hearts of people and all the negativities. Stop the spread of the disease immediately. Enter those medicines and make them work to kill the entire clan of the virus. And particularly, Bhagwan, we beg you 1,000,000 times for all those people, COVID patients who are waiting to get a room in the hospital, to get proper treatment, to get oxygen. We beg you again and again and again, 1,000,000 times, that those people should get their help in time, get well soon and return home. And all those great soldiers, brave soldiers, who labor hard day and night at the very risk of their life, fighting the disease in order to save others, please give them protection and all-round welfare. And of course, we beg you every day for a boost to economy. We can't imagine what is going to happen. Only you can save us in every aspect. And above all, Bhagwan, we beg you to bless us with constant remembrance of your name, knowing very well the glory of your name, how it comes to our rescue in times of difficulties. And we beg you again to bless us with the attitude of being good instruments in your hands, not caught by the Maya. And above all, we beg you for transformation. We beg you for inner and outer transformations so that we develop this pure mind where we could see only your presence and blessings in every event of life. Jai Yogi Ramsuratkumar.